Nithyanandam. My name is Manitya Atmadayananda, and today I wanted to share a little bit about the power of integrity and how that has helped me to come out of the suppressed creativity that I had. So, ever since I was a young girl, I remember being 3 years old and having my cousins and my brother around, and I remember coloring into a coloring book, and that was like the highlight. I still remember it's like a highlight moment of my life where I was really so into and alive, so into life and alive at that moment in time, because I got to really color in these pictures. And over time, as I started to grow up, obviously studies became more important, and being born and brought up in India, there's a lot more importance put into more like educational studies, like biology, science, etc. So art was something that would never have brought me an income. So I was told that I'll not be able to earn so much money doing artwork. What will I do for a living? These are some of the questions that I was posed. So as I was growing up, I did less and less creative work. So every now and then I would have dots, like sprinkles of creativity in my life, but not really at the level at which I wanted to do. And there was always a craving. I remember going to school fairs and seeing all the flower arrangements and competitions for flower arrangements, and yearning to be part of it, but knowing that I couldn't really be part of it because very little importance by then was put onto the creative aspect of myself. So somewhere along the years, it just got more and more suppressed. And at the age of 14 and a half or so, we moved from India to London, to UK. And I had an option to choose. Optional subjects. So the first thing I chose was art. Obviously, that was like one thing that I could do once a week or twice a week, where I got to release that creativity. So once again, it was posed to me, well, what am I going to do for a living? I can't be doing artwork all day and earning a living. So I decided to then kind of channel all of that energy into being a designer. So I trained then to become an interior designer and trained towards that. But very little sort of creative flair or creative expression happened. Then once I became a designer, more technical work started to happen. So that then work, of course, this is like a 9 to whatever time jobs and etc. So then once again I found myself somewhere the deep creative work that I wanted to do and yearn was not happening. Then over time, I've managed to come into a space where I've expressed a lot of other dimensions of myself. And last year, actually this year, a few months ago, one of the Sangha members, it was Manitya Mahayogananda actually, she asked me, she said, what do you like doing but you don't do? Because I had come to a point where I had kind of given out. There was a lot of things I was doing outwards, but not really spending time for myself. And I found my way to spirituality, and of course that's how I met Manitya Mahayogananda. And she said to me, myself and Kamlatma, she said, what do you like doing but you don't do? What do you enjoy doing but you don't do? And I immediately said, I like drawing but I don't do it. So she said, okay, you're going to be from today onwards, and that was late at night, I think it was like 10 or 11 at night for me. She said, from today onwards you will do one piece of artwork and you'll just take a picture of it and put it on Facebook, and that's got to be done daily. She didn't put a time limit on it or anything. She said, just do it. So I said, okay, well, I like being integrated, and as Swamiji was sharing very much about integrity, I said I'll do it. So every day I immediately did one piece of artwork, and I posted it that day itself. And then after that, daily I started to do one piece of artwork, and sometimes it made me well, actually not sometimes, all the time it made me nervous. I was thinking, oh my god, what am I posting, what will people say? But I knew I had to keep doing it. I just kept overcoming all these thoughts that what are people gonna say, whether it's gonna be accepted, not accepted. I just then got into a place where I just started to express. And the more I express outwardly, the more I was seeing a lot of space happening inside of me, and I started to see more successful things around me happen for me. So by about probably a month or so of doing these pieces of artwork every day, by day 51, when I started drawing, I ended up drawing Ganesha. And I knew a new birth, a new beginning of some sort had started happening already, because a lot of the suppressed energy, suppressed creativity just started to flow. And I had people saying to me after a while, my God, they really wait for a piece of artwork for me to share it on Facebook. And also then I started to have people say to me, I would like to use it maybe on t-shirts, and then start selling it. And then another person yet again said, I'd like you to actually have, create this piece of artwork for my home. Have you thought about selling them? And this whole thing about, well, what am I going to do when it comes to artwork? How am I going to create income, etc.? That really broke that belief that I had grown up with, that I will not be able to earn an income or generate income of some sort being creative, being myself, was completely broken. So over the past few months, I found that using the power of integrity that Swamiji has been teaching, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, he's been teaching, and it was very much aligned at the same time as him sharing about Sadashivoham, really helped me to express this such a deep level of suppression that I had with my creativity. I started to feel free in myself. I started to feel a lot more like I can be myself. I don't have to apologize, because since I was that young, since I was very, very young, I was told somewhere I couldn't be myself, whereas creativity is an inherent part of me. So anybody out there who is struggling, who has struggled to express themselves, even having a voice, being able to share something openly, fluently for myself, that also shifted when I started doing more artwork. I found myself participating in conversations and meetings more openly. Otherwise, I didn't even have a voice. I didn't give myself a voice because so much suppression was there of my creativity, which is a natural flair that I have. It's a natural gift that I have. So anybody out there who I'd started to say that anybody out there who really wants help or support in coming out and sharing their creativity, any suppression that they have. See, Swamiji said, any pattern is built on the suppression of emotions that we have. So the more that is released, and it was such a safe, beautiful, creative way of really expressing out whatever was happening for me. So anybody out there who would like some support with that, please let me know, leave a comment, and I'd by all means like to share and come back to you and see how we can move forward and help you to express yourself more. So that's all I have to say for today. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to having more videos done. Thank you. Nithyanandam.